back. It's been a minute. I've been out of town for a little bit. I was in New Orleans checking out a new SANS course. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the class in this video. I'm going to bring that up in the next one after I take the exam sometime in the next couple of weeks. But I thought I'd do a quick video on SANS as a whole and introduce people who've really never heard of it, or maybe you've heard of it but not really understood what SANS is or who SANS is. Um, for those who don't know, SANS is a cybersecurity organization or training organization. They have a lot of different classes that cover everything from entry level cybersecurity into ultra specific realms that go way deep into a technology or to a specific skill set like mobile forensics or Windows forensics or Linux forensics and so on. They do courses on incident response, managerial things like cyber legal issues, policy writing, things like that. So SANS as a whole is really cool. Generally speaking, they do training in three different ways. You can do on demand training where you sign up for a course, they give you access to it for a set period of time, and you take it online, kind of at your leisure. You can do it live in person, which is what I did, where you show up in a city that they're in. You are in a classroom with an instructor and other students. Sometimes there's a combination of in person and online students. Or you can do live online, which is you're in your office, your home, you're online doing it, but it's not on demand. It's in real time with an instructor, so you can ask questions and with other students and things like that. I'm a big fan of the live in person method. I've done live in person, I've done live online, and I've done on demand courses as well. I've just found that I'm not very good at doing on demand online training generally. Um, from a convenience perspective, it's great, but I like structure and I like discipline and I like the pacing that an instructor provides. So, in order of my preference, it's live in person because you get that networking aspect. You get to meet with other people. They do events like Net Wars and things like that after hours. They have other lectures. If you can't do live in person, it's obviously more expensive to do it in person because you have to travel, you have hotels, you have meals, you have all that stuff. Live online is next best, in my opinion, because still you get that live interaction with an instructor. You can ask questions in real time. You have other students in the class, and that kind of working together aspect is just nice. And then, if you can't do either of those, it definitely happens. Sometimes our schedules just don't allow it. They have on demand. Um, and all of them are really good. So as a whole, you can kind of take a look. They have a wide variety of courses you can sort of choose from. Let's see. You can sort by focus area, you can focus by skill level. They have everything from new essentials all the way up to expert level stuff. But let's take a look at, I don't know, cyber defense for a second and see what this is. It's going to be mostly blue team stuff, probably, but you can kind of see they have applied data science, they have network monitoring and threat detection. The courses are numbered similar to what you'd see in a college course, right? You have, everything from 300 to I think 700 level classes. As you get higher in number, they get more difficult. Um, and there's something kind of for everybody. So as far as pros go, it's some of the best training you're going to receive. They all the courses have a high level of content. They're built by experts in the industry. They're taught by experts in the industry. They're not random people who just decided to start reading a book and then training cybersecurity like some courses or schooling will offer. These are people out in the real world doing this stuff every day. And a lot of them come with GEOC certifications. So GEOC is the sister company, I'm going to say, or the counterpart of SANS that handles the certification components of things. If you click into some of the certifications, let's see, we can see their course syllabus. We'll see continuous monitoring and security operations, since this is a cert I've been interested in recently. But you can see there's a GEOC GMON certification that goes along with this class. If you take the class, you can then take the certification. I don't think taking the course is required to take the certification exam. I think you just have a massive advantage um, because that covers all the stuff in depth. So that's SANS kind of in a nutshell. Let's talk about GEOC for a second. The GEOC certifications are a little bit unique. Let's see if we can pull them up really quick. Let's see. Oh, I've been looking at their GSE as well. The GEOC certified expert is a probably the most coveted security cert I'd say out there right now. But you can kind of look at different certifications, see what's out there. You can see different focus areas, but basically this will match up to the SANS courses. You can see that there's courses in kind of everything, and they're a mix of different exam types. Uh, the bulk of the GEOC exams are multiple choice, and open book. So when you take a SANS course, you're given an armful of books as part of it, usually one per day of the class, if not more, plus a workbook, sometimes two workbooks, depending on the class. And you can use those books during the exam. I've written or I've made another video on how to build an index for this kind of stuff, but they are open book exams. They're also starting to roll out these cyber live exams where in addition to multiple choice questions, you're now starting to work in a lab environment and executing different tasks and things like that to make it a bit more hands-on. So very cool addition as far as I'm concerned. I like hands-on exams. I think things like that are fantastic for our industry and more necessary for the work we're doing. But overall, very very solid stuff. The one downside to SANS is it's not cheap. Most courses for a full 5 day course or something like that will cost you somewhere around the $7,000 or $8,000 range, and the exam's another $1,000 unless you catch it on special or something. Um, for anything above, I'd say like a 400 or 500 level, it's worth it if you can afford it. For the lower level courses, the 300s, if your company's paying for it, absolutely. You're going to get a fantastic experience, great instructor, solid content. If you're funding it on your own, honestly, I would just go find something a little bit cheaper. There's a lot of really good introductory cybersecurity training that exists right now and for much, much cheaper pricing. But as you start getting into the real weeds with some of this stuff, um, you're probably not going to find better training than SANS has to offer when you start getting to really deep subject matter like mobile forensics, for example, or something like that. So anyway, check out SANS if you haven't. They're really good. I look forward to taking another exam shortly. I think I have two coming up this year. One from a course I took a couple of years ago that now has a GEOC available for it, and one for the class I just took. So I'm pretty excited for that. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment. I'll happily do my best to respond. Big fan of SANS. So have a great day, everybody. Have a good night, and I'm happy to be back.